With the 2025-26 season just around the corner, every NBA roster has taken shape and expectations are being rewritten. Some teams look poised for surprise runs, others might struggle to surpass last season, and a few are in transition, quietly building towards something more. Training camp isn't just practice, it's the moment when potential becomes real. Let's take a look at where several teams actually stand as they open camp. Atlanta Hawks. There's reason for optimism in Atlanta. Trae Young has solid weapons now, including Jalen Johnson returning from injury, Kristaps Porzingis to run screen and rolls, and rookie Zachary Rizicher improving fast. The defensive side will determine if they push for playoffs. Boston Celtics. This year looks like a bridge season. With Jason Tatum still recovering from Achilles surgery and considering shedding salary for the future, Boston is operating under wait for 2026-27 mode. But Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and newcomer Anthony Simons give them enough to stay competitive. Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn remains in rebuilding limbo. They traded for cash in many cases, have young guys like the 5 number 1 picks to see who can grow, and Michael Porter Jr. is supposed to emerge as a star now that he's out from under Denver's shadow. Identity remains the biggest question. Charlotte Hornets. LaMelo Ball is healthy and ready to lead. The issue, though, the roster doesn't have the depth and firepower to really threaten playoff teams just yet. If they stay healthy, they'll at least surprise a few. Chicago Bulls. The Bulls are stuck in NBA purgatory. Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan can score, but the fit with Nikola Vucevic has never fully worked. Young guard Kobe White brings a spark, yet Chicago must decide soon, run it back again, or start a rebuild. Patience in the fanbase is wearing thin. Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland feels stable after Donovan Mitchell signed long-term, but questions remain. Can Evan Mobley take the leap as an offensive star to complement Mitchell and Darius Garland? The Cavs have the defense to win now, but playoff disappointments mean pressure is mounting. This is a prove-it season. Dallas Mavericks. The Luka Doncic show never disappoints, but the Mavericks need balance. Kyrie Irving can be brilliant, yet availability and consistency loom large. Dallas improved its role players, but questions about defense linger. If they can protect the paint and hit timely shots, they'll be a Western threat. Denver Nuggets. The champs from 2023 still have Nikola Jokic, which means they're contenders by default. But losing depth around him has hurt. Jamal Murray's health and Michael Porter Jr.'s consistency remain swing factors. Denver is no longer sneaking up on anyone. The league knows what's coming. Detroit Pistons. The Pistons have collected talent for years, but wins remain scarce. Cade Cunningham is the face of the franchise, while Jaden Ivey and Ozar Thompson bring athleticism and flair. Monty Williams has the task of turning flashes into real progress. Detroit fans are hungry for relevance again. Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry's brilliance gives Golden State a fighting chance in any game, but the dynasty era is clearly fading. Klay Thompson is gone, Draymond Green is aging, and the youth movement hasn't fully arrived. The Warriors are walking a tightrope between respecting their legends and planning for the future. Houston Rockets. Houston is no longer just a rebuild. With Alperen Sengun blossoming, Jalen Green maturing, and Fred VanVleet leading, this team wants to make the playoffs. The Rockets have depth and athleticism, but consistency and chemistry are the next steps. Ime Udoka's defensive system could be their ticket upward. Indiana Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton is one of the best playmakers in basketball, and he now has Pascal Siakam locked in for the long haul. Indiana's offense can explode on any night, but the defense has to hold up. Rick Carlisle's group believes they're ready to rise from playoff pest to contender. LA Clippers. The Kawhi Leonard, Paul George duo has one last shot. Health has sabotaged every season since they arrived, and patience is running thin. With James Harden also in the mix, the Clippers are loaded with names, but can they actually deliver? The 2025-26 campaign may decide the franchise's future. Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers are still riding the LeBron-AD wave, but how long can it last? LeBron James keeps defying age, while Anthony Davis remains a two-way anchor when healthy. The role players added depth, but shooting consistency is always the X factor. LA believes they can still make one more deep run. Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis finally gets Ja Morant back for a full season, and that changes everything. Desmond Bane and Jaren Jackson Jr. form a strong trio with him, but discipline and focus will decide how far they go. The Grizzlies can be gritty and explosive, yet they must prove they've matured. Miami Heat. The Heat culture keeps them competitive, but how long can Jimmy Butler carry the load? Tyler Herro's scoring helps, Bam Adebayo anchors the defense, and Eric Spoelstra remains one of the best coaches alive. Still, Miami looks like a team at a crossroads, aging stars and no clear upgrade path. Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard give Milwaukee one of the NBA's most lethal duos. But chemistry, health, and defensive balance will determine their ceiling. Chris Middleton must stay steady as the third piece. For the Bucks, it's championship or bust every season from here on out. Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards is becoming a superstar before our eyes. With Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert by his side, Minnesota's size and athleticism can overwhelm opponents. The key: consistency and execution under pressure. The Wolves aren't just a fun story anymore, they're chasing true contention. New Orleans Pelicans. Zion Williamson remains the great question mark. When he's healthy, New Orleans looks like a top-tier team, but the word "if" has defined his career so far. Brandon Ingram and C.J. McCollum provide steady production, and the defense has upside. Can this core finally put it all together? New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson has changed everything for the Knicks. His leadership and scoring turned New York into a real threat in the East. With Julius Randle, OG Anunoby, and a tough roster, the Knicks finally look like a team with identity. The city is dreaming bigger than just the second round. Oklahoma City Thunder. OKC's rebuild is over, it's here. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an MVP-level star, Chet Holmgren adds length and rim protection, and Jalen Williams has blossomed into a versatile weapon. The Thunder are young, fearless, and ready to make noise. The dynasty whispers are starting. Orlando Magic. The Magic are no longer a secret. Paolo Banchero is a budding star, Franz Wagner adds versatility, and their defensive toughness makes them hard to crack. The missing ingredient: consistent shooting from the outside. If Orlando finds spacing, they could leap into the East's top tier. Philadelphia 76ers. Joel Embiid is still one of the league's most dominant players, but the clock is ticking. Tyrese Maxey has emerged as a true star, but Philly's supporting cast remains unproven. Can this group finally break through in the playoffs, or will another disappointing exit spark big changes? Phoenix Suns. Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal give Phoenix one of the scariest scoring trios ever assembled. But the same questions linger: defense, rebounding, and depth. The Suns can outscore anyone on a hot night, but in a long playoff grind, can they survive the margins? Portland Trail Blazers. Portland is all about the future now. Scoot Henderson is the centerpiece, while Shaedon Sharpe offers highlight reel athleticism. Wins won't come often this season, but development is the focus. The Blazers are embracing patience, hoping their young core grows into something special. Sacramento Kings. Sacramento shocked the league 2 years ago, but now expectations are higher. De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis run one of the NBA's most entertaining offenses, yet defense remains the hurdle. The Kings are no longer just happy to be in the playoffs, they're hunting respect. San Antonio Spurs. Victor Wembanyama is already a generational talent. His rookie season proved he's more than hype, and the Spurs are eager to build around him. San Antonio still lacks polish, but with Greg Popovich steering the ship, the future looks as bright as ever. The Wemby era has begun. Toronto Raptors. Toronto is shifting toward a youth movement, with Scotty Barnes now the unquestioned franchise cornerstone. The roster is full of raw talent, but growing pains will be part of the journey. The Raptors are no longer a playoff lock, but they're building toward something long-term. Utah Jazz. Utah has one of the league's most intriguing rosters. Lauri Markkanen is an all-star, Keontae George has promise, and they're loaded with future draft picks. The Jazz must decide, keep pushing for the playoffs now, or cash in assets later. Their direction isn't crystal clear yet. Washington Wizards. It's full rebuild mode in DC. Jordan Poole will take all the shots he wants, and rookies like Alex Sarr will get heavy minutes. The Wizards won't win much, but the season is about development and asset gathering. Patience is the only way forward.